Living life as a TI, this how you step out. Boom. Caution. You know what I'm saying? This how you step out. You know, a lot of construction. When you a TI, you gonna have to, like, that's one thing you're gonna notice. Once your targeting goes overt, there's a lot of construction. There's a lot of remodeling going on, construction, a lot of things going on. You know what I'm saying? But I'm thankful though, you know what I mean? Because it could have been worse. You know, they could have been tearing up the whole ground and just making things just very unfit. You know what I'm saying? So in this situation, it's like at the job, like, oh man, they try to make it so unfavorable, but at the same time, it's like you getting money. You're getting a little money, you know what I mean? You're able to, if you're smart with the money, you're able to live off the land, to survive, to be a little comfortable, you know what I mean? It's all your choice. But it's like, soon as my wife grabbed my bottle, the first time she grabbed my bottle, everything shifted. It was like, when it shifted, it was like tinnitus, a ringing going on in my ear. And my wife was saying it was a ringing going on in her ear. So it's like you could just tell it was a shift, a change. You know what I'm saying? Just off buying a bottle of liquor. You get what I'm saying? The police was riding up and down, but then I had to remember, you know what I'm saying, minus the gang stalking, the police always rise around the end and the beginning of the month. The end and the beginning of the month is when the police got to make their quota. So it's like certain type of traffic stops, certain type of, you know, that's when they riding around. So automatically a person already know, you know what I'm saying, you always be low key. You don't be out in the mix too much at the end and the first of the month. But the end of the first of the month is when a lot of people make their money, get their checks, so they be wanting to go out and all type of stuff, and that's when all the drama happens. The drama mainly happens like around the end and the first of the month, and that's when the police, that's just protocol for them. So they just riding around, and just coincidentally, you know, I had to get the bottle, man. I was going through it, you know, to target it, but I can celebrate and congratulate myself because I was able to, like, not have the bottle for a whole year. I was able to be sane through this program for a whole year, you know what I'm saying, without drinking, because all throughout my targeting, that's what was going on, was drinking. That was helping me, you know what I'm saying? But then when you overindulge in the drinking, it becomes a gateway for other things. It's like you become desensitized to the alcohol or the drink, and now you want something to further suppress the feelings, the emotions that you feel. You know what I'm saying? This program can really put you in a shell, like that Shell gas station right diagonally from us. You can see it. Like that Shell gas, it can put you in a shell, man. You know what I'm saying? Like a Pokemon going through evolutionary phases. Like, well, what is it with the Caterpie? And then Caterpie turns to the little cocoon, harden, and then the harden turns into the butterfree, the little butterfly. You know what I'm saying? You know, this is stuff that I grew up as a kid, as a 90s baby. You know what I'm saying? But it has so much meaning to it, especially with this program. You know, when you talk about this program, you can't forget about Pokemon. You can't forget about Pokemon Go. You know what I'm saying? You can't forget about that. That stuff has really deep meaning. Animated, cartoonish, a little childish, yes, but it has deep meaning. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like, you know, sometimes you got to go back into history to be able to be prosperous in your future, to understand what's going on now, learning your history. You know what I'm saying? And that's just one thing I learned, like, bro, yeah, Pokemon. You know what I'm saying? They trying to catch some wild specimens, some specimens they feel that could be an asset to their shadow system. Things that been going on that we didn't know what was going on. This targeting, this gang stalking, these secret societies, this stuff that it's been going on. It's normalcy to these people. Once your name on that lottery ticket list or whatever, once that ball rolls and Powerball rolls and it spells out your name, bro, they own you. You know what I'm saying? And it's just a whole bunch of opinions on how they feel about you, on how you move around. You know what I'm saying? Because a person like me, I'm not moving around off alpha energy, because alpha energy is only going to get me behind the wall or 6 feet underground. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of intense jealousy. For whatever reason I don't know, it's a lot of intense jealousy. There's a lot of people that won't let the situation die down, won't let me grow. You know what I'm saying? It's like you got to literally be that rose out of the concrete. You literally got to make it in the impossible. You know what I'm saying? It's like when a fire goes out in a forest or something, and then there's that one patch of grass. Everything else is charred out, burnt out, broken down, destroyed. The fire, you know what I'm saying? But you just that one little patch of grass, that one little oasis in the desert. You get what I'm saying? And it's just the whole point is like everybody usually don't make it, so how did you make it? You get what I mean? Who do you think you are? And it's not even a thing that who do you think you are. It's a higher source that's supporting you through this whole thing. You get what I'm saying? Because even in the Bible it says that God uses the weak to foolish the strong. You get what I mean? But a lot of people don't believe in the Bible. They don't believe in God. So they believe you got some type of, look at this drum. Look at this drum. It's wild when you in this targeted program, man. It's wild. It's wild. It's wild. It's wild. It's wild. You know, I just be thankful for my weekends that I get to chill, vibe. You know, I got to rest up because they be, even though I work 4 days, them 12 hours, and then the last day, they be trying to work me 13, 14 hours for the last day. So, you know, some people out there, they go getters and stuff like that, but just by standing and concentrating and standing and concentrating, it does something to your feet, man. It does something to your feet, boy. That pain be something serious, boy. You gotta really maximize on your techniques on how to stand. You gotta figure out different stances and stands and different pressure points of your feet bones and all the pressure you put into your feet, and you got to learn how to walk light and not walk with pressure, and you got to learn how to hydrate yourself with electrolytes. You got to learn to during the week, you got to stay hydrated. When you're working, you got to stay hydrated. You got to eat, you got to stay hydrated. That's the number one factor, staying hydrated. You get what I'm saying? And getting your supplements and vitamins to help you out with your energy and stuff like that. You get what I mean? And then the main thing is making sure you get your sleep, because you getting vitamin supplements and you getting all this energy. Your metabolism is increasing. You're increasing your metabolism, so it's breaking down the food a whole lot faster and turning it into energy. It's gonna mess with your sleep. So there's always a catch-22. You know what I mean? So then now you got to find melatonin, you got to find sleep aid, things to help you sleep, because sleep is the most important factor, even over the hydration phase. Sleep is the most important factor. Sleep. That's your charger. That's what charges your battery. You know, because I've been hydrated and stuff like that, and there's been certain days that I was so sleep deprived that I only got like 4 hours of sleep or something like that, and it was just an off day. You get what I'm saying? And the program, one thing they want to do, they understand the health over wealth, the sleep factor. You get what I mean? So if they know they got you on a day or a night that you ain't got no sleep, they know your irritation will rise. That's when they ramp up the program. For me, if it been one of them nights where I ain't really got sleep like that, you know what I'm saying? my wife done slipped up or did something wrong. Or, people make mistakes, but you know what I'm saying. People make mistakes. You get what I'm saying? We're not perfect. You know what I mean? So they'll capitalize off any type of mistakes, flaws, fraudulent activity, anything like that. They'll capitalize off of that. They can't wait. So that's why I got to make sure I get my sleep. You know what I'm saying? So especially when I get off work, my first day, I don't really go outside like that. I make sure I get my sleep. It'd be certain days when I wasn't drinking, when I was just sober, I'll just sleep for the weekend, relax. But I understand it's like you got to go to the gym. Like, that's truth. You got to get your cardio up. You got to do healthy things, the longevity, you know what I'm saying, of surviving in this thing. I get it. You get what I'm saying? I understand. You know what I mean? But when you work in certain jobs, it'll work the crap out of you. You know what I mean? But it seems like, right now, people working 9 to 5s is not winning. You're not winning working 9 to 5s. I'm doing the right thing working a 9 to 5, but you're not winning. That's what the algorithm is telling me. You're not winning doing no 9 to 5s. You don't work, you don't eat, the traditional, the manly man. You know what I'm saying? It's not winning in today's time. In today's time, the people that's winning is the creative minds, the people that's been blessed, the people with the creative minds, the people that are the viewer's choice. You know what I'm saying? That can articulate themselves well, that can gather enough information, that can do the works of what people are looking for, what people desire. So and that's what, at the end of the day, that's the people that's winning. You know what I'm saying? Even the people that might not have money, but that's, I guess, in today's time, for some reason, they winning. I just can't, I got a baby. I got a child. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not trying to be the statistics of the African American male that's grew up in this type of mindset where it's okay to have different baby mamas, and you know what I mean, it's okay to lead a child, you know what I'm saying, as long as you giving them some type of bread or something like that. No, it's like you want to be in a child's life. You know what I mean? You're not going to be in a child's life 24/7. You got to give them some time to spend time with other families and things like that. My family don't want to rock out here in the middle of the desert, of course. You know what I'm saying? And due to my targeting, I can't go to a certain state. You get what I mean? So I get it. It's just all the Santa time. It's just all in the Santa time. You see that light? They always have that light. They always have that light. That's that police light. You get what I mean? It's just a reminder that you're not as free as you think you're free. Even though I'm physically free, I'm not inside no jail cell and stuff like that. So that's the main factor of things too. They want your boy in a jail cell. They want your boy in a bathroom type, closet type cell. You get what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like, no space. People tell you what to do all the time. In this systematic system, people gonna tell you what to do all the time. Like, they put the tape up and told me, hey, you gotta step in those stairs, if you know what I'm saying, if you want to go anywhere. And it's like, you gotta respect it. You gotta respect the city. You gotta respect the construction. You gotta respect it. Orange is a color. When I look at orange, I don't think about Masonic. I don't think about Halloween. I don't think about that. When I look at orange, I think about healthy, orange, vitamin C, immunity, you know what I'm saying, a strong person, a survivor, a worker, you know what I mean? Reconstructing things. They try to construct certain things for you and force certain things in your life, and you remodeling things in your life to make yourself survive. You know what I'm saying? But that's not what's winning right now. It's a little bit of that winning right now, but the main thing that's winning right now is the creative minds, the articulate minds, the hard bodies out here, you know what I'm saying? The people that you know what I'm saying? Those are the ones that's winning. But in this program, well, from what I experienced, they make it hard for anything that you do, regardless of what category they try to put you in. A nerd category, street category, player category, mental health category, you know what I'm saying, oddball category, whatever category they try to put you in, they're going to make it hard for you. They're going to try to deprive. It's like you got to be half man, half amazing out here. You got to really be swinging through these buildings, swinging through the cracks and crevices like Spider-Man out here, man. You really got to be Peter Parker, man. You know what I'm saying? You really got to get bit by a spider to make it out here, man. The mechanism behind it, they got sophisticated. So I don't, people that still go with the old things, all these perps just jokes, all da boom boom boom. Maybe they was targeted at some point of time, but it really slowed down. Somebody did a little bit of compromise activity for it to level down like that. They done got with the program in some type of form, some type of fashion. But for those who just completely anti-program, that is not rocking with what everybody rocking with, that is not going for the games, the shenanigans, anything strange, you know what I'm saying? And you ain't out here trying to crash your plane, your train, your bus, your car. You ain't trying to wreck the ride. You ain't trying to, you know what I'm saying? You got the pesticide. People be bugging out here. You know what I'm saying? That's that NY lingo, bugging. You just ain't going for it. And they make it very difficult for you, Like right now, since I got the bottle, the drink, they know I'm not in my shell as much, but they know that I'm intelligent with it too. So they test your desires. So now it's a lot of women wearing red. It's not as women looking rough, because when I was sober, they just have rough, I ain't gonna say rough, but just normal kind of looking women that's, just not all that bad. You know what I mean? Not all that good looking, but they decent women, and they do what they do, and you know what I'm saying? Whatever. But now, when you get on the drink, you know what I'm saying? Now they want to bring you some fire. They want to bring you some desire and stuff, and try to see what you'll do. Like, oh, we deprived you, but it's not fully effective because I still got my wife. You get what I'm saying? So that was one thing that helped me in the clutch. You get what I mean? My wife helped me in the clutch. You know what I'm saying? But it'll be a test for me too, with rocking here for as long as I rock here by myself. Not saying that I'm splitting up with my wife, but you know what I mean? They just get in a position where they get to learn my family a little bit better. They got the lights on. They get to know my family a little bit better. My family get to see my baby. You know what I'm saying? So that'll be a blessed experience on both sides. You get what I'm saying? Because I can't go to that state. You know what I mean? So whatever confusion ball it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I'm not finna let the program trick me out of my position. You know what I mean? No. You know what I mean? I've been going through that cycle for too long. Boy. But sometimes it's just time to grow and get yourself situated on what you feel is important. Because at the end of the day, some person may tell you, being broke, you know what I mean? But long as you hard body, you G body, you know what I'm saying? You got the creative mind, which is good. If you got the creative mind, you G body, you hard body, you creative, you know what I'm saying? Oh, I can't hate. You know what I mean? Win. Do what you do. But in my process of thinking and where I'm at in my life, you know what I'm saying? It's not going to work. It's different medicine, different strokes for different folks. It's not going to work for me. You know what I'm saying? I got to get on this grind. I got to be on my Hebrew Israelite. You know what I'm saying? Hey. But for those who ain't got to go through it, boy, salute. Because if they did give me some type of leeway to really be able to expand my creativity, you know what I'm saying, and really be genuine with it and not all this artificial, forced, fake, jealousy type energy, then maybe it might be a little bit of elevation with the separation. Then it might be some education. then it might be some meditation. You know what I'm saying? But for right now, ain't no precipitation. It's just dry. You feel me? They won't even let your boy evaporate. Ain't no separation. Ain't no evaporation. Ain't no ascending. Ain't no ascending. You know what I'm saying? Vaporize. You all big, get to the sky. Ain't no rise. You know what I'm saying? Only thing I realize is the real lies. You feel me? Everybody done lied before in their life. You know what I'm saying? But it's the continuous lies. It's the continuation. It's the perpetual loop. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, dang, is it that serious? Some folk, but all they know is win. All they know is win. All they know is win. So when you dealing with people like this, especially when they feel like they got some type of superiority over you, and how they look at you and how they, you know what I'm saying? Just a certain type of vibes, and you know what I mean? You got certain Notre Dame women look like Quasimodo or Hunchback of Notre Dame. They looking at you sideways, so that's when you know the game over. Like before, at the beginning of my targeting, I was single. I was going to the gym. I was already turned to a whole gemstone, hard body, all that. You know what I'm saying? But when the gemstone, hard body, all that, it got super gay. It got super perverted. It got super gay. And I get it. In the longevity, they don't want you to be healthy. You know what I'm saying? They want you to burn out. You know, health truly is wealth. You get what I'm saying? You're not going to live on this earth forever. You're not promised tomorrow. But having a healthy body gives you a healthy mindset. It truly is wealth. It is. But in the system and the society and where my mind is with it, that's not going to bring the butter. You know what I'm saying? Unless I'm on some Hulk Hogan, WWE, Undertaker, you know, type energy or something just extravagant, they could deprive, because they could just generate all type of hard bodies, G bodies out here. You know what I'm saying? They can just generate that all day, every day. It's not about just the hard body G bodies. I mean, certain women, oh yeah, they mouth drop, drool. You know what I'm saying? But they got it where they can get access to these doggy bones and stuff like that. They can get access to these things. It's not a problem. So it's like the women's not drooling over it like that no more. You know what I'm saying? Like they got it down to a science. The AI knows what a person likes. You know what I'm saying? Damn near knows a person more than they know they self. You get what I'm saying? So if they want you blackballed, best believe they can have you blackballed. They want a celebrity blackball that a person loves, in love with one day. The next day they can demoralize that whole celebrity. And people be in love, then the next day they hate that person. If they can do that, it's like, why play that game? You know what I'm saying? These people want inevitable predictions, inevitable outcome, absolute results. Like, there's nothing you can do about it. But when you got a great God, a higher source that's really supporting you, you know what I'm saying? You're making it through. You're making it through. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you might, you know, a little substance, it helps you out a little bit. You know what I mean? It helps. Because you'll get in your shell so much, you get isolated. That could mess you up too in the long run. You get what I'm saying? Because you be wanting things to go perfect. It ain't going to never go perfect. You get what I mean? So it's just all how you flow, man. It's all how you do things at the end of the day. Because you can burn out. You're human. You're only human. You can burn out. And when you get in that burnout phase, you don't think rationally. You know what I'm saying? You're ready to move to another setting, knowing all they're going to do is pack their bags and come on along with you. It might not be the same body. It's still the same structure. It might not be the same people pack up their bags and follow you, but it's a spirit. That's why I say it's a spiritual thing, because this mechanism, like, it just hop from body to body. Like, the same type of energy from people will upload to another, the wherever you go, it will slowly upload. It might not be instantly when you go there, it's the same. Like, it'll give you a little leeway, but then it'll slowly upload. You'll start seeing the same characteristics of people that you were dealing with before. You get what I'm saying? Or it could be harsher, or it could be worse. Sometimes it could be a little bit better. You know what I'm saying? But right now, my thing is, like, I don't want to put myself, make a gamble, roll the dice. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes in life you do have to roll the dice. You feel me? But when you got a dependent, you know what I mean? And we ain't got support system that strong, that heavy. Now, if we had a heavy and a strong support system, oh yeah, I'd be able to move around a little bit, trying to find my way and stuff like that. But the algorithm can really mislead you, can really be a trickster. You gotta watch out for the trickster spirits. You get what I'm saying? It can really mislead you and put you in a bad predicament. So you thinking you going to a paradise type place. It might be paradise with look, but it's just all bad. Everything is just all bad. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like sometimes you just got to be patient, stay put, even if the situation is a little bit dry. And you just got to find ways to comfort yourself. You know what I'm saying? Not overindulge. Not, what was the result of overindulging last time. So it's just... I'm too loud, bro?
Definitely too loud. Take it aside.
I don't know. See, well, I drink, he drank. You know what I mean? That's the veteran or whatever. You get what I'm saying? So, out of respect, we outside. They was doing construction. They did construction with noises, blasting and all type of stuff with the noise, with the... You feel me? Like, hey... You know what I'm saying? It's a rough world, my brother. You know what I mean? But I'll be respectful. I'll be respectful. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no problems to it. You know how the neighbors do it. But yeah, like I said, family, it's just like, hey, it is what it is. You know, I'm one of those minds that I'm not going to crash out. I ain't going to say nothing silly-willy, nothing too crazy. At the end of the day, it's like, I know what I need to do. Stay put. Hold things down like gravity. You know what I'm saying? When the opportunity presents itself, go ahead and boom, boom, boom. Now, this whole time with me being targeted, they never had nobody come knock at my door. They never had nobody come knock at my door with some gospel. Recently, I guess they thought I was going to be drinking, but I don't drink at a certain time. So they had some Mormons come and knock on my door. That really, it intrigued me. It intrigued me. Jehovah's Witness, because in the program, I never got that. Never. All my life, no matter where I went, it was always people knocking on your door, bringing the gospel. Always. No matter where you at. Always. They everywhere, especially faithful people that believe in the doctrine they've been indoctrinated, and they evangelists. That's the ones I respect, not the people that just be cooped up in a building. You know what I'm saying? I respect those who step out in the streets with it. I respect those. So it's just like, yo, the Mormons came, they out here in the streets with it. They knocked on the door, even though I don't agree with what all the Mormons agree. It was the respect factor. Like, dang, you knocked on my door, y'all suited up, you know what I'm saying? Real with it, you know what I mean? Clean, real with it, articulating what they articulating. So I listen. You gotta respect people like that. You just gotta listen, you know what I'm saying? Even though you might not rock with what they rock with, me personally, listen. Dap them up, get their number. It's like, it's a respect factor. It's like, no, I'm not going to be a Mormon. I'm not going to be a Jehovah's Witness, but it's the respect factor. We could talk, you know what I mean? If my wife didn't have to get dressed to step out, like, they would have been in there. We would have had a nice little talk, a little Bible study, a little talk, stuff like that. I'd be into stuff like that all day. You know what I'm saying? I respect people who spreading the gospel and they out in the streets with it, even if I don't agree 100% with their doctrine. It's just a respect factor. Like, yeah, You know what I'm saying? I've been through that. I know. And them, to me, them one of them ones. Biblically, them the one of them ones. The ones that step out and will knock on your door. They'll push up, pull up. You know what I'm saying? Like Mormons or Jehovah's Witness. So it's a respect factor at the end of the day. And it's just like, yeah, I see it's like, you know, the people that winning, it's a different ball game. People are getting more creative. People are understanding what really matters. You know what I'm saying? But survival is an important factor. One thing that matters and stuff like that is just being able to survive out here in these streets. You know what I'm saying? And make things work like that. You know? So wifey done left the trash bag out here. I didn't want to put it on the camera, but you know, I'm gonna do what I need to do. You know, I get to talking neighbor like, oh, you loud, like I'm just screaming out here, loud, belligerent, all type of things and activities, you know, to try to make you feel like a bad person. But it's a respect factor, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you ain't gonna be loud and belligerent when these people chopping up this pavement when we got construction work going on. So it's all good. You know what I'm saying? But just being a man, doing what you need to do, you know, regardless, man. I don't do this all day, every day. This is not a routine, a pattern, a habit of mine. You know what I'm saying? I'm one of the ones that do what I need to do, get things done. You know? I'm one of the ones that do what I need to do and get things done. You know, so I'm gonna leave it like that, family. Be respectful, keep things peaceful. You know what I mean? Enjoy myself while I can in this dry situation. Continue to work. You know what I mean? Got a slave. You know what I mean? Because that's just what I believe in. Not everybody believe in what I believe in. You know? So with that being said, family, y'all keep y'all head strong and keep on going on. Peace.